Chapter 3. Never Enough. Understanding Enough. Understanding enough is about knowing when you have reached a point where you are satisfied with what you have, whether it's money, success, or other things in life. Imagine you have a plate of your favorite food. At first, you're hungry, so you enjoy eating it. But if you keep going and eat too much, you might feel sick. Knowing when to stop eating, when you've had enough, helps you avoid feeling sick. Similarly, in life, it's important to recognize when you've achieved what you need or want. Constantly wanting more, whether it's more money, more things, or more success, can lead to feeling unsatisfied and even causing problems. For example, imagine you have a nice house, a good job, and a loving family. You might think, I have enough to be happy. But if you keep pushing for more money or more success without considering the impact on your happiness and relationships, you might end up feeling stressed, disconnected from loved ones, or even unhappy. So, understanding enough means being content with what you have, and recognizing that constantly chasing more can sometimes do more harm than good. It's about finding a balance between ambition and contentment, knowing when to stop striving and start enjoying what you already have. Social comparison. Social comparison is like looking at what other people have or achieve, and then thinking about how we measure up to them. It's natural for humans to compare themselves to others. It's how we understand where we stand in the world. But sometimes, this comparison can make us want more and more. Imagine you're at school and you see a classmate with a brand new toy. Suddenly, you might feel like you want that toy too because you want to be like them, or because you think it will make you happy. This feeling can grow stronger if you see more and more people with similar toys or even better ones. In the same way, when we see people with more money, more success, or more stuff, we might start to feel like we need those things too to be happy or successful. This can create a cycle where we're always trying to keep up with others, always wanting more and more. But the problem is, there will always be someone with more than us. So, if we're always comparing ourselves to others and trying to match or surpass them, we might never feel satisfied. It's like chasing a moving target. We can never catch up because there will always be someone ahead of us. Instead, it's important to focus on what makes us happy and fulfilled, regardless of what others have. Understanding that we have our own unique path and our own definition of success can help us break free from the trap of constant comparison and find contentment with what we have. The pitfalls of excessive ambition. Imagine you're playing a game. You want to win, so you take big risks to get ahead. But sometimes, those risks can backfire and make you lose everything you've worked for. That's what happens with excessive ambition. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You want to reach the top because it's exciting and rewarding. But if you push too hard and take too many risks, you might fall and get hurt. Long-Term Capital Management, LTCM, is an example of this. They were a big investment company filled with smart people who wanted to make a lot of money. They took huge risks with their investments, thinking they could beat the odds and come out on top. But in 1998, things went wrong. Their risky bets didn't pay off and they lost everything. It's like playing a game of cards and going all in on a bad hand. You might win big, but you also might lose everything. The chapter is warning us about the dangers of being too ambitious and taking too many risks. It's important to have goals and dreams, but we also need to be careful not to let our ambition blind us to the risks. Balancing ambition with contentment and satisfaction means knowing when to push forward and when to be happy with what we have. It's like walking a tightrope. You want to keep moving forward, but you also need to stay balanced to avoid falling. Value of non-material things. Imagine you have a treasure chest. Inside, there are many precious things like gold coins and jewels. But there are also things that are even more valuable, like your friendships, your good name, and your happiness. Now imagine you're on a quest to find even more treasure. You might be tempted to risk everything you have, including those precious non-material things, just to get more gold and jewels. But the chapter is reminding us that some things are more valuable than all the gold in the world. Your reputation, for example, is like your good name. It's what people think of you, and it's hard to earn back if you lose it. Your relationships with friends and family are like precious gems. They bring you joy and support, and they're worth more than any amount of money. And your happiness is like the ultimate treasure. It's what makes life worth living, and it's something you should never sacrifice for more wealth or success. So, While it's good to have goals and work hard to achieve them, it's important to remember what's truly valuable in life. Don't jeopardize your reputation, your relationships, or your happiness in pursuit of more material wealth. Instead, cherish those non-material treasures and hold on to them tightly. They're the real riches in life. Knowing when to stop taking risks. Imagine you're playing a game where you have to jump over obstacles. It's fun and exciting, but if you jump too far or too fast, you might fall and get hurt. Knowing when to stop taking risks is like knowing when to stop jumping. It's important to know your limits and not push yourself too hard. In life, we often have to take risks to achieve our goals. Maybe we're starting a new business or trying something new. But if we keep taking risks without thinking about the consequences, we might end up hurting ourselves or others. For example, imagine you're investing money in the stock market. It's exciting to see your money grow, but if you keep investing more and more without considering the risks, you might end up losing everything. The chapter is reminding us that it's important to know when to stop and think before taking risks. We need to consider how our actions might affect our overall well-being and satisfaction. It's like driving a car. You want to get to your destination quickly, but you also want to make sure you arrive safely. So, you pay attention to the road and follow the rules to avoid accidents. Similarly, in life, we need to pay attention to the risks we're taking and make sure they're worth it. Sometimes it's better to play it safe and protect what's important to us, like our health, our relationships, and our happiness. Knowing when to stop taking risks is crucial for maintaining our overall well-being and satisfaction. It's about finding the right balance between ambition and caution, so we can enjoy the journey without risking everything we have. Imagine you're packing for a trip. You have a suitcase, and you need to decide what to bring with you. You put in clothes, shoes, and other essentials, but you also have to think about what's most important for your journey. The chapter is like a friendly reminder to take a step back and look at what you're packing for life's journey. It's saying, hey, don't forget about the important stuff. So what are the important things? Well, it's not just about money, success, or fancy stuff. It's also about things like your relationships, your health, your happiness, and your sense of purpose. Think of it like building a house. You need a strong foundation to support everything else. In the same way, you need to prioritize the non-material aspects of life to build a strong foundation for long-term happiness and fulfillment. For example, spending time with family and friends, taking care of your health, and doing things that make you happy are all important parts of a fulfilling life. These are the things that bring joy, meaning, and purpose to our lives. So, the chapter is reminding us to reevaluate our priorities and make sure we're not just focusing on material things. It's about recognizing when we have enough in terms of wealth and success, and prioritizing the things that truly matter for our overall well-being and fulfillment. By prioritizing non-material aspects of life, we can build a life that's rich in happiness, love, and fulfillment. And that's the kind of journey worth packing for.